Okay, how I start recording us. Sorry. So you
I'm
said
sorry.
that no, I said I want to start recording us. So you said that with the cell UV, your lupus has been diminishing a little bit?
Yes, sorry. I'm making some salsa.
Oh, okay.
Ooh. Ooh. For tonight for work. And it's steaming, so it's getting to me.
Oh, okay.
I cooked the tomatoes and peppers and everything, and now I'm using the hand blender, and the steam is hitting my face, and it's like choking me. It's so hot.
I believe it. So Dr. Phillip, this is Alma. She's out in Texas.
Okay.
And I know she started with the cell UV, and I had mentioned to you that she has lupus. So the flare-ups have been diminished a little bit with the cell UV, she said. And she lost 7 pounds too.
Awesome. How many scoops are you using of the cell UV?
One.
So
That's
as long
all.
as you're seeing, as long as you're seeing improvements, that's good. If you stop seeing improvements, you may want to increase it a little bit because your body is going through a little bit more stress and a little bit more repairing than someone that doesn't have lupus.
Correct. Yes.
So what else?
My main concern is because now I have high blood pressure. I had a severe stroke. I wasn't walking. I wasn't talking. My whole right side was paralyzed. Thank you, sweet Jesus. I'm walking, I'm talking, my face is back into place, and I'm driving. And here in deep South Texas, if you don't drive, you don't get to work. So that's very important down here, that you're able to take care of yourself and fend for yourself. And so, now, I can do for myself. And so what I'm looking for is better health for myself. That's what I'm doing.
So you're right. First, praise God, because it doesn't look like you have any residual, which is remarkable. What did they say the reason for the stroke was?
Stress.
What?
Stress.
That's not a stroke.
I had at that point, I had 3 legal law offices, and because I had 3 secretarial pulls, and I had attorneys work for me, so it was a lot of stress, and it was a total of 8 attorneys, and it all landed on me. So, whatever my staff couldn't pick up, I picked up the slack, and the slack was usually overwhelming. And it was mainly the big wig attorneys that I had, very big wig.
So the reason why I said it doesn't seem like a stroke is because strokes are usually caused by either a blood clot or a bleed, not stress, which is actually good news. So it could be something that's called a TIA, and a TIA is a transient ischemic attack, and that's caused by usually high blood pressure, where the blood vessels are temporarily being squeezed. And again, the reason why it's important to know the cause, because the treatments are dramatically different.
Yes. Yes. The neurologist was amazed. It took me a year and a half to be able to walk with assistance of a cane, not with a walker. And it was a challenge because he told me, you're going to wind up in a walker or a wheelchair. It's up to you. So I made sure I didn't wind up with a walker or a wheelchair. I did strenuous amount of therapy, physical therapy. But my physical therapy, I did one up on my doctor, you know. I did aqua therapy a lot. So that helped. And out of the 3 patients he had at the same time that had strokes, I'm the only one that started to walk. Everybody else is still in a wheelchair.
Were you given any medicine after your
Yes.
stroke? What medicine were you given?
I am taking lorazepam, 100 milligrams.
Okay, so that's for your blood pressure.
And
What else?
another one, oh, what the heck is it called? It's for my heart. I can't even remember what it's called. But my physician is in Mexico. My physician isn't in the United States.
Yeah, so someone's not giving you the whole story, because stress doesn't cause strokes that have residual symptoms that last for a year. So someone's not giving you the whole story, which is really important, because again, it would tell you how you need to be treated.
Exactly.
So were you ever put on blood thinners?
He has me on an aspirin a day.
But no prescription meds?
No.
Yeah, something's not making sense. This is crazy. Huh. Okay. But like you said, praise God, no residuals. So now we just have to work on all the other stuff.
The only thing I have problems with, my legs every now and then, like when I'm stressing, my legs or has a delayed step and my step lands hard.
Okay.
But that's when I'm stressing out on something, or I didn't get enough rest. I'm not resting. I'm not sleeping like I'm supposed to.
Okay, so we'll work on the underlying things. Yeah. Good deal. And you don't remember what the other medicine is for your heart?
Hold on just a minute. I'll get it.
Okay.
Once you get that going, then you might be able to put that on there.
Hey, Renata, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty well, not too bad.
Okay, I'm waiting for my my brother's girlfriend. So I might have to dash out, but yeah, I'm happy to be here, and it's nice to meet you, Dr. Phillip.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So Renata, she is a pre-diabetic, right, Renata? And
Yes.
she started the CelluV and the CBD oil,
Yes.
1,500.
Very good. Yeah, there's some really good research that shows that CBDA helps out with reducing insulin resistance, which is the main issue with pre-diabetics. So that, along with everything else that Jovi is telling you, you're on the right road. So that's good.
So how often should I take the drops, and how much? I've been doing, I think it was recommended 0.6 of the CBD oil.
So if you're taking the 1500, you could probably start off with a quarter dropper, and it's best to take it at night.
Okay, once a day?
Yes.
Okay, I will do that. And then also I have a thyroid issue because I am on levothyroxine. Does that also help with thyroid issues?
Yeah, so it also helps out with autoimmune issues, and that's why I'm taking it, because I also have a thyroid issue. So I take a quarter dropper in the morning and a quarter dropper at night. However, if you're having issues with sleep, you can just take a half a dropper at night.
Yeah, I don't have issues with sleep, but so
Okay.
you're saying twice a day,
Yeah,
half a drop, half a dropper.
a quarter dropper
Quarter.
twice a day.
Okay,
Yeah, exactly.
okay. Well, that answers my question. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Good deal. Anything else?
Well, I haven't started the what is it?
Cellular.
Yeah, I'm a little skittish about trying it.
Why?
Well, is it gonna upset my stomach? Is it gonna, do I need to eat differently or
No,
no?
no.
No.
So our routine is we exercise first thing in the morning, and then when we get back from exercise, we'll just mix up the Celluvi. I'll be perfectly honest with you. My wife isn't really crazy about the taste. She thinks it tastes like the old-fashioned Carnation instant milk. I grew up on that stuff, so I'm
Oh, I
actually,
love that stuff.
so I'm okay with it. So for her, we chop up the Super 7 because it has like a berry flavor, and we put that in there, and that flavors the water a little bit.
Okay, so I have to mix it with water. I can't mix it in a smoothie.
No, you're not supposed to mechanically mix it.
Okay.
So we have like a little tumbler, like a Tupperware tumbler. So we put that in there with about 2 to 3 ounces of water, and then just shake it up and then just drink it down.
Okay. And how often? Oh, so I'm supposed to do that. Explain the instructions again.
Yeah, so you're supposed to load. So
Yes.
you're gonna start off with 3 scoops in a day. And what most people do is they'll use 2 scoops in the morning, 1 scoop at night. You do that for 14 to 15 days, and then you back it off to 2 scoops for, again, another 2 weeks to 15 days. And then the maintenance is 1 scoop. You look young, so your maintenance is probably going to be 1 scoop.
I love you already. Okay, well, thanks for that clarification. I appreciate that. Thank
Sure.
you.
Sure. And then if you're not seeing anything or feeling anything, you can always go up to 2 scoops. And then my wife is a little bit more mature, so she's taking 2 scoops.
Okay, and so that will help with the pre-diabetes or?
Indirectly. And
Yeah.
the way it helps out is that so Celluvi is a precursor for glutathione. Your body it declines in the production, the ability to make glutathione as you get older, decade by decade. So as a result, you need that in order to help the liver to work better, to detoxify things. And then also it helps out at the cellular level with the little mitochondria. The mitochondria are kind of like the furnace, the engine of every cell. So it's going to help every cell of your body to work better. So that's how it indirectly helps out with diabetes. It helps out indirectly with cellular repair and cellular function. Something that I've never heard about until this group. It seems to help out with skin elasticity. So in other words, your skin tightens up, skin looks better, feels better. So yeah.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Mhm.
Well, thank you. And I have to say, Joey, thank you for reaching out to me.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
Good deal. Good deal. Yeah, we're here to help you out.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Alma, did you find the medication?
Yes, yes.
I can't see it.
So
Now?
unfortunately, my Spanish is terrible, but medicines are pretty darn close, no matter if it's in Spanish, Italian, or English. So you're taking nifedipine, which is a calcium channel blocker, which is in a different class than the losartan, which is an ARB, or an angiotensin renin blocker. So two different classifications of medicine. Now, the interesting thing about the nifedipine is that sometimes itself can cause the legs to become a little bit more swollen or make you feel like you're dragging your legs. So as your blood pressure comes down, that would be the first medicine to get rid of.
Okay. That's,
I was gonna say, I'm also on losartan. So will
And
the,
so losartan, and there's another class of medications called the ACE inhibitors. The common one is lisinopril. They all work on the kidney to kind of help regulate the kidney function so that this way can help to lower the blood pressure. So what we've also noticed in some research and with some of the individuals in this group is that the CBD-8 will help out with reducing blood pressure. So as your blood pressure comes down, you'll naturally slowly reduce the medication.
okay.
And then plus as your blood sugar gets better, you're going to naturally reduce weight. So as your weight comes down, your blood pressure is going to naturally come down. Think about, so everyone thinks that fat weight is inert. It doesn't do anything. But unfortunately, it's a very metabolically driven component of the body. And it really wants to store excess calories. So as a result, it's really metabolically active. So in order to do that, it has to have a very rich vascular supply. So in other words, it has to have blood vessels in and of its own. So imagine if you have a length of pipe, and now with that length of pipe, which is your blood vessels, it needs a certain amount of pressure to get through that pipe. So the more weight you gain, that length of pipe now gets longer. So as you gain weight, now the heart has to work harder, blood pressure has to go up in order to get the blood through that same vessel. Now, as you lose weight, then the fat weight goes down, the blood vessels supplying that fat mass goes down, so your blood pressure goes down. So that's why it's really important to work on reducing fat mass. So initially, you may not see the scale change at all, but your body is remodeling because you may be adding a little bit of muscle, and muscle is about 5 times more dense than fat. So again, the scale may not change, but the fat weight is going to change. And the way you see that is your clothes start to fit better.
That's all.
So hopefully that helps.
Yeah.
Good deal.
absolutely,
Yeah.
thank you, thank you.
Good deal. And then I just attended a lecture earlier this week on Tuesday, and we always knew that gut health was important. And we talked about it at the seminar when I was there in Chicago in July. But the interesting thing about this lecture was not only is it important that you have a good, healthy gut, but it's where the carbohydrates are coming from. And we've always talked about vegetables being the primary source for carbohydrates. And now I learned a key reason why, and that is in grains, there are things that are called mycotoxins, and that's a big fancy word for things like fungus or fungi. The most common one is yeast. Those things are pretty toxic to the lining of the intestinal tract. So unless you're eating non-GMO, organically raised and farmed grains, then you're probably not doing your gut the best health that it can. So that's why more of the emphasis is on vegetables. And I get it. I'm Italian, so I grew up on grains, which was pasta and garlic bread. So for most of the people in this group, it's probably tortillas and tacos and rice. So it's going to take a little bit of a change, but you can do it. For example, we went out with some friends for pizza, and the place that we went to had a cauliflower crust. So there's ways to have your grain substitutes. You have to think outside the box, no pun intended, but you can do it. And I actually was pleasantly surprised. It was a chain restaurant, but I was actually pleasantly surprised at the cauliflower crust.
I make cauliflower fry. I make spinach tortillas.
Perfect.
My diet has been completely different all my life. All my life.
Okay.
My diet has been very tedious, very nature. I had an old Navajo Indian who nursed me when I was dying, when I was a child. And he prepared my food, and he told the cook, my grandmother raised me, so my grandmother had servants. So the cook had to learn how to cook certain things a certain way for me, and only those foods.
Mhm.
So
No, you're exactly right.
Yeah.
You're exactly right. And eating healthy
Yeah.
takes a little bit more work,
yes.
but the more work you put into it, the better results you're going to get, and the faster you're going to see results.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good.
Exactly. And Jovi can attest to how nature and healthy I eat, because I got her into that kick too.
Very
I
good.
would love to taste your tortillas. Oh my God, they sound amazing.
They're very good, you know, but like to the other people who are not used to adapting to something different, like Dr. Phil says, it's much of a challenge. It's much of a challenge. And I don't use grease or shortening. I use olive oil when I
Mhm.
make my tortilla.
Yeah, perfect.
You know, I use olive oil or avocado oil, you know, but I try to stay within the healthy side as much as possible, you know.
Perfect.
Well, I have to
Because I
say you have the most beautiful skin.
Thank you, thank you. I'm 60. I'm 60.
Good for you.
I try because that's what my grandmother, my great-grandmother, and my great-great-grandmother, I had all three. They took care of me. They raised me. And the Navajo Indian was one of our relatives. Know how he was related? Because we're part Navajo. And he was the one that my blood was sick. Not that I was sick, my blood was sick. And I couldn't comprehend what he meant by that. And all I knew was English, and my grandmothers, all they knew were Spanish and Navajo. And I was like, okay, people, I don't understand. But then the medical Southwest, the Western medical field did not know at that time what was wrong with me.
They still don't know.
First they thought it was leukemia, and then they thought that it was kidneys, and then they thought at the very end I was like around 11 or 12, maybe like 10. They figured it out that I had lupus.
Oh,
Because
wow.
the Navajo Indian took away certain things, no dairy, certain things I was not allowed to eat. And what he was not letting me eat, my health would improve. And then when they would take me off the strict diet that they were giving me other foods, is when I would get very sick. My lupus would flare up and I would get so deathly sick I couldn't even be in the sun. And nothing would agree with me. No matter what I ate, it wouldn't agree with me. I had to detoxify. He would have to come back into the picture, and he would have to detoxify me with teas, with herbs and everything, and then restart feeding me again the food I'm supposed to eat.
Yeah. Hippocrates said it best, let food be thy medicine.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
I do have another question. It regards one of my dogs who has seizures now. I mean, both dogs are 12 years old, but after they had one of those flea and tick applications, they had the most severe reaction. And the one dog is okay. The other one started having seizures. And so I was told that CBD oil can help pets. And we did, actually have him on this one brand that this small pet store, distributed, but he still was getting seizures. So maybe he had less seizures because of that. I don't know. But what about these products? Because I noticed that, you can use them for pets as well.
Yeah, so literally yesterday, I just read a study in a veterinarian journal about CBDA for seizures in dogs. And the only reason I read it was because we had a cat that had seizures. So I was thinking, well, this would be kind of interesting just to read about it. And then they extrapolated and said, well, if it's good for man, it should also be good for dogs. So they just validated the studies in humans. So the bottom line is it's good. The only thing is trying to figure out the right dose. So pick, because to be honest with you, I'm not 100% sure about the dog CBD products. So pick one and then find out how your dog is doing it, and you may have to just increase it. That's all.
Dr. Phillip, don't we have one in our products for pets?
We do. That's what I mean. I've
Okay.
never recommended it. I've never tried it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
have. Yeah, no, I have friends that give them to your dogs, give them to their dogs, I should say. I just don't know anything about the recommendation, you know, like, is it one for a certain weight, or, you know, is it, I don't know. I just
Okay.
don't. But I
That
do
makes
know that
sense.
CBD helps.
Yeah, I was told by one of the owners of that pet store that you can't overdose on the CBD oil or whatever. I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, you really can't. The big problem with the dog treats is that, I mean, if you're giving them a handful at a time, you're giving them too many calories. So that may be the biggest problem. You're just giving them too many calories.
Yeah, well, our dog doesn't have a problem with weight
Okay,
at all. Yeah,
okay,
yeah. So, okay,
good deal.
very good. Thank you.
Yeah, no, good question.
I do have Edwin and Karen on. I sent them the link this morning.
Okay,
So I'm not sure if he has any questions or if they have any questions.
so far they're muted.
I had a hard time trying to get volume on you guys. And trying to get connected. What, Jovi, 5 times I haven't been able to get in?
Yeah.
I finally was able to get in this time.
I had some Celluvir I wasn't able to dose, but I have been doing like 1 scoop once a day because I don't have that much left right now. And I've noticed that it has helped me with my joint and muscle discomfort, even just 1 scoop a day so far.
Good deal. Good deal. Yeah, and again, and when everyone is different, pending your age, and if I remember correctly, you're in your mid-60s. Is that right?
Yes,
Okay.
I'll be 63 on Monday.
So yeah, you should be fine with 1 scoop. And I mean, that's what I take. So you should be fine with that.
Well, happy birthday in advance.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Amen.
I do have Tony on the line.
I can see him.
How are you doing, Tony?
I'm okay. I'm okay. So far so good. Been traveling a lot for work this month. I've been, I think, in a hotel more than I've been in a house the month of August. But seriously. But I've been kind of keeping up with the fasting a little bit. It's not perfect, but I've been more aware of it and made a better effort to do so. The only thing is now I'm out of Celluvir, so I have to replenish that. But so far so good. I'm going to see the doctor probably in about a month or so. Right now I got other issues with my prosthetics, so I'm going to go see that one next week. I'm having that rebuilt. So, but other than that, I mean, everything's okay. Like I said, it's been a lot of travels here lately, but it's been a lot more disciplined with the fasting while I've been out, so, you just got to decide when you're going to do it, be smart about it. Right. So,
Yeah,
realize
very
when
good.
you're going to get a meal the next time, and then just kind of calculate and figure it out around then. And then,
Yeah.
also careful about what you're eating as well. So, it's been pretty good, but a lot better. So, outside of that, there's really not a whole lot has changed, this is, but yeah, I'll see the doctor in a month and hopefully get back on track here and see where we're at.
Very cool.
Yep.
I'm not sure if you know about how do you call it? Well,
Smart Ship.
Smart Ship.
Yeah.
So at least you have that like an auto ship, but you also get a discount with it.
Pretty big
You
discount.
don't have to, yeah, you get a pre-discount on there.
Oh, okay, all right, I'll have to, I didn't know about that. I'll have to look into it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You just kind of pre-programmed that just auto ship.
Mhm.
That'll make things a lot easier.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
and the
have a
reason why,
question.
go
Sorry,
ahead.
on the auto ship. So even if you kind of hold like one shipment, you still get the discount like the following month. Do you know what I mean? Like if you skip a month or hold it.
Right, if you realize you didn't go through it all and you don't need it right away.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
that I don't know, to be honest with you. What I do know is that, and the reason why they call it Smart Ship is that the more you get, the higher your discount, the longer you keep it on Smart Ship, the bigger your discount. So I'm not sure what happens if you skip a month. Because everything that we do, we're just taking it on a regular basis. So it's not like we overstock on anything. Yeah, so I really can't answer that question.
I know I switched my auto ship. So I'll do like the CellUV or the CBD oil, and I'll switch it because the CBD oil does last a little bit longer for me. So I do switch it around. So
Yeah, and you
at least
can,
I keep it active in a month.
exactly. Yeah,
Is it-
exactly.
Is it because, Dr. Phil, because of the freshness, or is it because you don't go through it as quickly?
No, the reason why we're constantly going through the Smart Ship is because we kind of figured out how much we need every month. So we just set it up that way. And that's because most things are kind of designed for a month, except for the CBDA oil, because of its high concentration, that lasts most people 2 months. Sometimes it could even be 3 months. So what some people will do is what Jovi just described, and that is you can switch things up. So you can put something in and then take something out. But as long as you maintain the Smart Ship, then it still counts towards that discounted value.
Right. Okay.
And I don't know if everyone knows also, and I'll send it out to everyone. Saturday, we're going to have with CTFO, Super Saturday, it's called, Dr. Phillip.
Yeah.
And are you going to be speaking on there?
Not this Saturday.
No? Okay.
Yeah, not this time. And the whole idea is just to give a big overview about the company.
I'm signed up for it. So I'll send it to you, everyone, just so at least you have that as well.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
you should all be getting emails from the company as far as what's
Yes.
going on, right?
Yes.
Yeah, good.
It's all good. But
You know,
this has
I'm
been
sorry.
very helpful, and I'm so happy to meet you all, and hopefully we'll be seeing each other on a regular basis. And Joey, thank you so much.
You're welcome, Renata.
Okay, well, take care, everybody.
Okay,
All
bye-bye.
right,
Bye.
Bye-bye. Cool.
So what other burning questions?
What's in the mug?
Um, so, yeah, so I tell my patients, and unfortunately this is being recorded, I tell my patients no coffee after 2 p.m., but I just love the flavor of coffee. So yeah, it's our CBD black with a keto creamer.
Okay, yeah. I understand that. 8.5 years in the Army, I learned to appreciate coffee myself.
Yeah. Yeah, if I have it around 7 or 8 o'clock, that'll definitely keep me up. But right around now, I'm okay. So for me, it's only 4:45, so I'm okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I'd be too hyper, Dr. Phillip. I couldn't do that.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
So Alma would make us this one tomato soup. She would make it like very fresh,
Mhm.
tomato basil soup.
Yeah,
So it was like a hearty soup that she would make us automatically out there in Texas.
was
So
it cold or hot?
In the
Hot.
winter time.
So it was
Like
hot.
in the winter time. Yeah, it was hot.
So I was at this like a seafood restaurant in San Francisco decades ago, long time ago. And that's the first time I ever had gazpacho. Oh my goodness, I fell in love with that. I love that because it's like a cold tomato soup. I guess it's kind of like a watery salsa, if you will. But yeah, I loved it, especially with all the cilantro and the garlic in there. Oh, it was delicious.
Well, it's tomato bisque soup that I made for, with tomato basil bisque soup for
Oh,
Joe.
wonderful.
And
Yeah.
she would have it on the side dish with a tomato stuffed with lettuce and chicken salad.
Okay,
And that's what they would have for lunch at my house.
Yeah.
very good. Very good. That's awesome.
Martha, do you have any questions for Dr. Phillip? How are you doing?
Yeah, no video. What's with
I
that?
know. Sorry, you're on mute. I muted you.
Oh, I said I'm doing fine. I'm just listening to everybody. I just work with the same old things that I've been doing and I feel fine.
No painting?
Nope, no, not yet. Maybe next week, Dr. Phil.
Okay, fair enough.
Jim is back from vacation.
I can see that.
Yeah. Jim, you have any questions for Dr. Phillip?
No, I'm good. I'm driving, so I don't know if it's gonna be too noisy or not.
Oh,
But no, I'm all good.
very good.
I don't
Yeah,
have
the only time it gets noisy is when you hit a pothole.
That's every turn of the tire.
Mine?
This is Chicago.
That's right.
Right.
I love Chicago. I miss my town.
Yeah, the land of two seasons, right? Construction and winter.
Yeah. Here in Texas, it's heat and extreme heat. No such thing as winter.
Fair enough.
Our rainy season is winter.
Here you go.
Now, I was in Arizona for 2 weeks. It rained every day.
Oh,
Wow.
Lord.
So I thought the monsoon season in Arizona was June. Kind of late.
Yeah, it was every day. The light, I'd never seen that many clouds, that many formations at one time.
Wow.
Sandstorms, everything. It was fine. I mean, it was mostly all at night. It just kept me out of the pool at night, but that was okay. It didn't ruin anything. They did get a lot of rain.
Interesting.
I did have a question about the Celluvie. I don't, without getting too complicated, I'm just wondering how the body takes a whey protein and that's what stimulates the production of glutathione. I don't understand that.
Yeah, so unfortunately, and even though I'm on the medical advisory board, I still am not privy to the proprietary blend of the amino acids in there that gives the body the building blocks for the glutathione. And that's the big secret. And unfortunately, I'm not even privy to that.
But it just says whey protein on the package, so I just, maybe that's why I just don't know how the special way it's formulated or.
Yeah, and that's a good question, Edwin, because most people will look at the whey protein and then say, oh, I'm allergic to milk, so I can't eat it or drink it. But because of the way that it's processed and manufactured, most people that have quote unquote milk allergies can still take it. The only people that I advise not to take it is if you have an anaphylactic reaction to milk, which is pretty darn rare. So for most people, they can consume it without any type of issue. And I know it's kind of hard to discuss when it says whey, because then you have all the muscle heads out there that'll take whey protein for bodybuilding, but it's not that type of whey protein.
Another question I had, I know you're not supposed to drink it in a hot beverage. Can you put it in at something that's warm?
Sure. Yeah.
But not hot.
Correct. And again, because to me, it tastes like the old-fashioned Carnation Instant, that warm beverage has got to be something that's kind of palatable warm.
I just put it in, I just warm some water up and I just put it in there. It dissolves, seems to dissolve pretty readily. But I take it in more like 15 ounces of water instead of 3 or 4.
Yeah, so for us, it's just a lot easier to, like I said, put in the little tumbler with like 2 or 4 ounces of water and just mechanically shake it up and then drink it down.
With or without a metal ball?
With or without what?
A metal ball. You know,
Oh,
like the
without. Yeah.
ball.
No, without.
Okay.
Without. Yeah. Yeah, it dissolves pretty quickly with some shaking. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. What about Karen? Does she have any questions?
Edwin, does Karen have any questions?
Karen fell asleep.
It's been so long since I've taken the Celluvie, I do not recall. I seem to have a negative reaction, but I don't recall what it was. It's been so long since I've taken it.
She's just saying that it's been so long since she's had the Celluvie. She remembered having some kind of a negative reaction. I think it might digest. So is that common? Is that common? Sometimes when somebody first starts taking the Celluvie, they may have.
So not usually. However, when I was running a chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia clinic, we would often see people have what's called a Herzog reaction. And the Herzog reaction is when somebody is going through a detoxing type of process, their body is eliminating the various toxins, or some people call them poisons. But as your body releases that, it becomes a little bit more irritated or aggravated, if you will. So maybe that's it. So
It does have Lyme. So.
Oh, so so instead of loading, maybe just take the 1 scoop and then gradually build up your system that way by taking 1 scoop as opposed to loading and going from 3, 2, 1. Just gradually get your body used to it by taking just 1 scoop.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What I would do with mine is I would mix it either with almond milk, a cup of almond milk, or a cup of oat milk.
Okay.
And that's how I mixed it, and it tasted it didn't, for those people who don't like the carnation milk taste, it doesn't have it. But I actually think it tastes richer with the almond milk or the oatmeal milk, the oat milk.
Sure. Sure. That makes sense.
It tastes more thick. It gets a little thicker,
Mhm.
and it tastes more like a cheese. I put a couple pieces of ice, and then I drink it.
Okay. Very good.
Karen's a goat's milk gal.
You know, for anyone that has any type of intestinal issue, if you want to have quote milk, it's either going to be an almond milk, or an oat milk if it's going to be plant-based, animal-based. For some reason, goat milk seems to be the most easily digestible and the best tolerated. So yeah, I can see why.
Does that taste a little bit better? I've never taken, because they've told me to take goat's milk instead of like cow's milk instead.
So I would imagine, since things like feta cheese and Greek yogurt are made from goat milk, maybe it might be a little bit sour. I don't know. I've never had goat milk, to be honest with you.
It is
Let me try it. Now,
more like on the
It's more on the what, Alma?
sour cream taste.
Yeah, okay.
I have to start looking for one now.
Yeah,
Now I'm
Karen says
interested.
it's an acquired taste, but she really likes it. We get it at Walmart.
Okay,
Okay.
very good.
You get it at
It's
Walmart.
Mayenberg goat's
But
milk.
Okay,
I'll look for it. Now I'm intrigued.
yeah, very good.
You know, I use the oat milk, the oat milk and the almond or the cashew.
Cashew would be wonderful. Kind of expensive, but
Yeah.
wonderful.
But I'm the only one that drinks it. I mean, I'm the only one here.
Okay, okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Well, thank you so much for this Q&A session. Really appreciate it.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank
you're
you.
welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in.
We learn a lot from each other.
Absolutely. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Any other questions?
Not me.
So I'm going to sign off for now. Hope you all have a great evening and a great rest of the week. Or
Okay.
weekend,
You
I
too.
guess. Weekend.
Thank
Good
you.
You
deal.
too. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So next Friday,
Mhm.
is that the Friday before Labor Day? When is Labor Day?
Let me see. I have it. It's on the 5th, Dr. Phillip.
So not this weekend, or not next weekend, but the weekend after, right? Guess I should look at my calendar.
No, it's next weekend.
Oh, it is?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we're out the 26th. So next weekend is the
Oh,
2nd. So
Yeah, you're right.
the
You're right.
5th is gonna be Labor Day.
Okay. So
Were you guys going anywhere?
no, we're not. I'm just wondering if you all are going to be around, or are y'all heading out?
I'm working Friday. I'm off Monday.
Okay.
So
No, I'm
available.
around.
Okay.
I'm around. So if y'all want to talk next Friday, we can do that. That's fine.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, I know I had a couple of other people that wanted to jump on too. So I know I've reached out to a couple of other people that are interested in speaking with you. So I
Good
know
deal.
I've talked to several other people.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Very cool. Very cool. Anything else?
No, I don't have any more questions.
This is a good session.
I
It was.
I
Yeah.
just arrived at my destination, so I'm gonna have to sign off for my appointment, okay?
Okay, Jim.
All right,
Okay,
Bye,
Jim.
Jim. You take care.
I
Have a
should,
good
I should be able to make it next Friday, though.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay,
All right,
one.
everyone have a good weekend. Bye.
Okay,
too.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. So, same time next Friday?
Same time next Friday.
Cool.
Same time on that channel.
Very good, very good. Okay, thank you all.
Night.
Thanks,
Thank you.
everyone.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Have a
Bye.
good night.
Dr. Phil.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye, Joey. Thank you.
Bye, Martha. You have a good one.
Bye-bye. You too.
Joey.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Tony.
Bye, Tony. Finally, this darn thing works.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, I tried every time and it wouldn't work.
Now you'll be fine.
I kept saying, I know how to work this thing. What is wrong with it?